In this video, I'll be giving you guys a massive blueprint for how you can make over $100,000 these Christmas holidays.
Give it to me easy, I like a little challenge. When it feels better when you take a little damage. Slow, learning fast, earning stay, burning wheels, turning this on, going thing.
I'll be literally revealing every single product. My Facebook ads tactics, email marketing tactics, Instagram influencer tactics. Guys, I'll be giving you guys even a bonus at the end of it. So stay tuned. This is going to be a massive video and I can't wait to see you guys absolutely crush it this Q4. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, what's going on? My name is Tremayne Turner. I'm here to help you guys crush it this Q4. So all I ask you guys to do is go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment down below, hashtag Team Tremayne. I'll even go ahead and select someone from the comments down below who's done all those things and I'll give away a free coaching call. Now, just quickly, if you guys wanted to literally hop behind my shoulder and see absolutely everything for how I scaled a store from literally $0 to over 1.1 million US dollars, the ads, the 6 and 7 figure winning products that I used, even a list of over 100 of my top winning products, the Facebook ad systems, the email marketing, and all the rest. If you guys want access to that training after this video, go ahead and click that first link down below and you can get access to that and join hundreds of my successful 6 and 7 figure students from all around the world. Now that's enough of that. Let's get into the video. So guys, this is my 100K Christmas blueprint. Now, how I've come about this is I've looked at Google Trends, I've looked at things that are surrounding this time of the year and how you guys can really make a massive impact and a massive amount of sales really quickly. So the first thing is product research, obviously. So I wanted to reveal to you guys right now a bunch of products that are selling like crazy and that will start to sell a lot more, especially leading up to Christmas. Right now we are in October, so you guys still have some time. It's really gonna take off in November and December, so you need to be on the ball right now. So the first thing I want to do is reveal to you obviously the products. That's the most important thing. So what I done was I went ahead and typed in certain Christmas terms and Christmas things that people will be buying around this time of the year. And the first thing that came to my mind was ornaments. Now, if you guys have no idea what ornaments are, people go crazy for this, especially this time of the year. It's simply decorations for Christmas trees, for Christmas stuff, for houses and all that kind of stuff. But people go absolutely crazy for this all around the world. So what I've done was I took the word ornaments and chucked it into Google Trends. And as you can see here, I tested worldwide and literally basically lifetime. And as you can see, there's a consistent trend every single year. And now this trend starts around August, September, and you can see it really peaks every year in December, in December, in December, in December. And the sales have really stayed quite consistent this time of the year. And as you can see, it really starts from September, October. So right now we are currently in October. It really hasn't hit its peak yet. It starts to soar like crazy around November and then December eventually when it hits its complete peak. So as you can see, you're still quite ahead. And if you guys implement what I'll teach you guys in this video, you can make crazy amount of money. 100K is simply the beginning if you follow this video step by step. Now the next thing is obviously interest by region. As you can see, United States, United Kingdom, Canada, Bangladesh, and Ireland. Mainly focused right now on the top 3 countries you can see on the list. United States, UK, and Canada. Obviously those are top tier countries, which obviously show that those particular countries will have the most amount of sales. Why? Obviously because Christmas is a big thing in especially the Western world as it's super commercialized. Everyone wants to decorate their trees, everyone wants to, decorate their house, make it look really fancy. So at the end of the day, how dropshipping really works and how you want to be successful at dropshipping or just business in general, it's simply supply and demand. As you can see, there's a demand. And every single year from September, October, November, December, there is a huge demand, as you can see in this graph, for ornaments, for example. Now, all you want to do is simply supply the demand. So what I want to do is break down certain things that I found on AliExpress that you can sell to basically supply this demand. Alright, so the first thing I done was I typed in Christmas ornaments into AliExpress and I filtered it down by orders, looking and judging by the amount sold. You can see right now this particular product has over 12,000 units sold. Now, for those of you guys who are just looking at these numbers, don't be fooled. Right now, if you can see 13,000 orders, there'll be a lot more being done right now through fulfillment centers and running these particular products through an agent. So the first thing I want to look at right now before anything else is see the positive feedback score of this particular supplier. As you can see, 97.7% positive feedback, which is a first massive thumbs up. Right now I can see that this particular store, which has over 13,000 orders on this particular product alone, obviously has a reliable supplier. So I'm pretty happy to go ahead with this. And as you can see right now, it has 2,478 reviews. So before anything else, I want to go to the reviews. And then you'll see 91% 5-star reviews, which is absolutely insane. You can do sort by latest. Looking at the dates, you'll see 12th, 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 12th. All these reviews are literally happening today. So right now this product is absolutely booming. We can even go one step further and filter these reviews by photos to therefore see that the customers are getting exactly what's being shown in these images. And as you can see, it looks pretty good. The quality looks pretty good as well, especially for the price we're paying for. All in all, guys, so far, I'm seeing massive thumbs up for this particular product. Now for the lot, which is 10 pieces, you're literally being charged only 79 cents. You can charge anything you want. You can charge $9.99 for this. You can charge $14.99 for this. You can even charge $19.99 for this. You know, $20 US. If you obviously make it look really professional, make it look really legit, I see no reason why you can't sell this product for $19.99. They're getting 10 pieces of these handcrafted premium, ornaments. I'd be more than happy to pay for that because people go absolutely crazy for this time of the year as well. And can you imagine that you're literally buying it for 79 cents and you're selling it for $19.99, $20 US. Crazy markups, which is great, especially because right now you're leaving a massive profit margin, especially to scale your ads really, really quickly. Now, as you go through, you'll see a lot more products. Again, this one here has 8,526 orders. Again, same thing, go through the customer reviews, 94% 5-star reviews. If I want to obviously filter the customer reviews by images, again, you can see the customers are receiving exactly what's being shown. Everyone's happy. So right now, guys, I see a huge gap in the market right now for these ornaments and all kinds of ornaments. And if you scroll down the page, you'll see countless more things that you can sell and really brand a store with. At the end of the day, this particular niche is going to be absolutely blowing up. Obviously, it's seasonal, but if you can really capitalize on this time of the year right now, there's so much money to be made. Now, another product that I found, for example, that you could use are these Christmas cushion decorations, and they even sell Christmas, but also Happy New Year cushions. Now you're acquiring each cover for about $1 to $3. Again, tons of different amazing quality cushions that you guys could use. Again, countless different examples and variants of these quality cushion covers that you guys could sell. At the end of the day, if you're going to brand this store as a sort of Christmas niche store, you can sell a bunch of different Christmas related products on the store. Clearly you can see that there's tons of different products that you can use on the store. Ornaments are just the beginning. You can look at this. Again, great image right there you could possibly use for your ad, your store as well. These images are very clear. I would say almost HD. Scrolling down again, looking at the customer reviews. Mind you, this particular product has almost 18,000 orders. Almost 90% 5-star reviews. Judging by the photos, we can see that the quality is quite good, especially because it's gold metallic on these certain particular variants, and the gold looks really nice, very sort of shiny and metallic, stands out, really will capture that customer's attention really quickly. It's so vibrant. So now that we have the product research down pat, let's look at store type. Now, normally I would say, especially if you guys are new to all of this and you're just testing random products, you can always go for a general niche store and just be testing, particular products in that general niche. Now, a general niche store in regards to pets would be a category for dogs, dog-related products, a category for cats, cat-related products. Now, for example, with this, we can really brand this store, and now we haven't found a winner per se in particular, but what we can do is brand it as a Christmas store. and have all those different products on that store. Again, with the store theme, obviously use colors like red and green for the buttons, for the fonts, for the images, really brand it and make it look Christmassy. Obviously red and green being the Christmas colors. So if you guys want to go ahead and really brand this store as a Christmas store, I would really go for this option right here. Make it look really branded. I definitely think that will obviously increase your conversion rate tremendously. Now let's get into the Facebook ad testing and how you're gonna go about testing your ads. Now before we get into the Facebook ad testing, now what I want to do as a bit of a bonus is even give you some examples of influencers that you could possibly use for this particular product. When it comes to Instagram influencers, what I would suggest as well on the side is not only pick people as influencers, but also pages. For example, if your product is a dog related product, I would try find a dog sort of page, not a particular person or a dog in particular, but sort of dog lovers Instagram page. Again, you'll find those particular pages that are much larger in audience, and they'll have a bunch of different dog lovers all on that same page. Now, for example, with these particular products I showed you before, what I found for you guys are more styling influencers. Again, at the end of the day, ornaments, Christmassy stuff, cushions, and all that sort of stuff comes under the category of more styling. So I found this particular influencer, the Style Visitor, and I looked at her engagement and it's absolutely insane. So as you can see here, for example, if I'm looking at the comments, what I'm really judging to see if this particular influencer is good is, before anything else, if you also go and view a person's Instagram via the computer, you can see their views. Now, if you look at it via mobile, normally the views will be hidden. If you view it on the computer, you can literally see their views and their likes. So right now this video has 14,000 views, which is pretty good, decent engagement. But what's most important is the quality of engagement that this particular person is getting. There's no comments that just says cool or sick or awesome, very generic fake comments. Looking at these particular comments, you'll see massive paragraphs from real people engaging with this particular influencer. As you can see, this influencer has a strong engaged audience, a key person if you want to collaborate with these sort of people. Don't just collaborate with people who have 1 million followers and go, okay, this will be great, it'll blow up my store. It generally won't happen because most of those followers will be fake. But to judge the quality of a person's following is looking on a computer, seeing the views, seeing the likes, but most importantly, looking at the comments, reading the comments, and basically seeing that they're not just saying simple one-phrase words and proper actual engaged comments. Then we can even do one step further is click on one of the person's comments who's obviously made a comment on that particular post and go through their profile. As you can see, this obviously is a real person. Now, this is another example of a sort of styling influencer. As you can see, she's been styling different things for Halloween. If you guys were on this sort of wave in the Halloween and used the same method and found Halloween related styling products, this would have been a great influencer for that. As you can see, she's been posting tons of Halloween related styling stuff for quite some time. Now, obviously, if you can get onto her ASAP, she'll be posting a lot of Christmas related styling stuff on her Instagram, and hopefully you can collaborate with her before then for your store. Now, again, for example, if I was to click on this post, scroll down, as you can see, decent engagement, pretty good engagement from most of her followers, decent sentences, some of them actually huge paragraphs. So again, these are the sort of influencers that you want to be seeing and collaborating with. Don't just look at massive following and think this is a great influencer or great page to collaborate with. But having large numbers of following doesn't actually translate to sales. So look for quality over quantity always. Now let's look into more of the Facebook testing side of stuff. Now, when it comes to making a video, obviously most of those products don't actually have videos that come with it. You can use an image ad and simply just put some text over one of the HD images that you found on that particular page. Or what you can do is you can actually make a sort of slideshow video of the different products that you have on sale and adding some text over the video ad as the video ad goes along. You can make this yourself on an app like Final Cut Pro, iMovie, Camtasia, or even if you can't do it yourself and you really are struggling with making your own videos or own content, you can always go to Fiverr and you can literally pay someone a couple of dollars to make it for you. Again, test videos and also test image ads. You never know which may do better for yourself, so you might as well test both. The next thing is create a campaign per product. It's very important to structure your ad account properly. So for example, I would have this campaign just for the customized Christmas cushions and go through my campaigns per product. In regards to testing, I test all ePacket countries first. If I see it's working, then I would obviously test top 4 separately. As we saw on Google Trends, under ornaments, the main searches came from the United States, Canada, and the UK. So obviously I would even chuck Australia in there as well, make it the top 4, and test those particular 4 countries in their own different ad set to begin with. I would then optimize it for 7-day click, men and women. Obviously women would be your main sort of bracket, being mums. Now mums are the sort of main audience or interest that I would be using because they are the ones, majority, who are obviously more interested in decoration and styling. But for now, to open it up, leave it as men and women, leave the age bracket open from 17 to 65, let Facebook just find you purchases, let it find data. And once you get more and more sales, start breaking down your data and seeing where the sales are really coming from, which gender it prefers, which sort of age bracket does it prefer, and then you can always narrow it down and test that data in its own particular ad set. Alright, when it comes to interest, I would first basically see if the product has its own interest first. So for example, I would just type in ornaments into the interest, and if there is something under ornaments, I would click on the suggested tab underneath that particular box. Click on that and then Facebook will give you a bunch of different suggested interests that are similar to ornaments, for example, or decoration, or all that kind of stuff. But for example, you can even do one step further and narrow it down by Christmas. And as always, I'd narrow it down one step further via engaged shoppers. Now let's look into the Facebook ad scaling method. Now, to begin with, as I've said in previous videos, I would start off with around $5 or $10 on a particular ad set. I would run it for about 48 hours. If it's getting good performance, basically, if it's getting sales, if it's getting add to cart, content views, if it's doing well for 48 hours, I'll let it run. 72 hours, sort of like the fine period. You should really be getting sales around then. And how I basically scale it is if the ROAS or the profit margin is doing really, really well. For example, if the ROAS is above 3 after 48 hours, I would double it. Remember, most of the time, if you start doubling the budget more and more and more, that your ROAS will eventually drop as it begins to optimize and adjust to that particular budget. So just keep in mind, if you're doubling and doubling the budget over and over again, that your ROAS more than likely will begin to drop. So make sure that if it's above 3, then you double it. Again, keep a close eye on that particular ROAS over the next 48-hour period. If it's above 3, or if you can see that your profit margins are good enough, at the end of the day, don't just look at the ROAS, but also look at your profit margins. If you know, for example, your profit margins are crazy, as we saw in the ornaments, we're buying it for 79 cents and selling it for maybe say $20 US, your profit margin's amazing. Justify that with your own profit margins, no matter what you're selling this product for. And just basically, as you're scaling, see your profit margins and know your numbers. That's crucial when it comes to scaling. As you're scaling, all these particular ad sets are automated budget spending, especially when it comes to testing. Creating lookalike audiences and all that sort of stuff will be all run through auto budget spending. And the key thing I like to do, obviously, is to really utilize auto budget spending when testing. Now, when you start doubling and doubling and doubling, eventually you'll reach $100 a day for that particular budget. You have 2 options. Now, the first option is quite simple. When you get to $100 a day, what you'd want to do is duplicate and double the budget. So for example, keep that ad set running, don't touch it, leave it at $100 max and keep that ad set there. The first option is to double the budget and also duplicate the budget. So duplicate. So right now you'll have 2 different ad sets, both running to the exact same thing, but one will be $100 and one will be $200. Again, judge the ROAS over the next 48, 72 hours. Do the same thing again. Judge the 2 ROASs and see if the previous one that's now $200 is doing well, ROAS is above 3, or if your profit margins are doing great. Same thing, duplicate and double. So now you have 3 ad sets, all the exact same. One will be $100 in ad spend, one will be $200 in ad spend, and one will now be $400 in ad spend, and keep doubling and duplicating if that's the particular ad scaling method you want to use. Or you can keep that same particular ad set if you like and keep just doubling that same ad set. That's another option. Another way you can do this is you can launch a CBO campaign with a higher budget from around $200 to $400. Keep that $100 budget and ad set there as it is. What you then want to do is with that new CBO campaign, that's obviously around $200 to $400, stack all your best interests or lookalike audiences, whatever it is, your best performing interests into that particular campaign. Now the next thing you want to do obviously is pay close attention to your ad sets, monitor them closely in regards to your profits. That's why I'm telling you, know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, guys, you're not going to be successful with this. It's about knowing your numbers, knowing exactly where you lie, and therefore you'll be able to scale and cut your ad sets a lot quicker. Don't get emotionally attached to any ad sets if they're doing well or previously doing well and now doing bad. Don't be afraid to cut them or reduce the budgets every 48 hours. And let Facebook push the ad set up more. But if the ad set after every 48 hours is continuously getting worse and worse and worse, just cut the ad set or just keep reducing the budget till eventually it pops back up again. But like I said, if it keeps going down and down and down, just cut the ad set. Don't have any sort of emotional attachment to that ad set. And the next thing obviously is in regards to profits, ROAS, is that the fact that it continuously changes. At the end of the day, I particularly had stores that done extremely well over the weekend, over Saturday, Sunday, and the sales sort of dropped down on average towards the end of the week. Again, every store is different, every product is different, every interest is different, every audience is different depending on what your product is. Now for this, just test it. At the end of the day, don't be disheartened if some days it's really high, some days it's a bit lower, some days it's medium. That's business. It will continuously be changing. It's very hard to have your sales just do this the entire time. Eventually it will start to fluctuate. Don't be disheartened. Simply draw out your emotion and focus purely on a business perspective. If it's not scaling, cut it or reduce it. If it's scaling, keep scaling it. Now the next thing obviously is email marketing. This is a place where you will either make or break the business. A lot of people are just leaving so much money on the table because they're not utilizing email marketing properly. So to begin with, I use Klaviyo. That is an absolute weapon for email marketing. Now at the end of the day, the first thing you want to do first is capture emails. So on the homepage or just when they're about to obviously click out of your website, capture their email, have a box that pops up. You can set this up through Klaviyo. It's really, really simple to set up your email. There's a bunch of different templates that you can use to literally click and optimize for your store and obviously customize for this particular store in general. Now, what you'd want to do, for example, is offer 10% off straight away off the bat and just capture their email. Now, what you'll then do is you'll have about 4 abandoned cart emails set up as well on the side. One after 1 hour, 6 hours, 24 hours, and 48 hours. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want in regards to those emails. You can have more emails, you can have less emails, whatever you want. I find that these work particularly well. I have unique discount codes for all those different emails. Each of those emails are completely different. The first one, after 1 hour, is a sort of basic email that says, hey, I see you've left this in your cart. Here's a direct link for this particular product that you've obviously left. Go ahead and grab it. Maybe they were at work. Maybe they just got busy with what they were doing. They got distracted at home and that's what they didn't purchase. Don't offer a discount code straight away. After 6 hours, you can offer a 15% discount code. After 24 hours, you can offer a 20% discount code. Again, depending on your own profit margins, totally up to you. After 48 hours, if they're still not purchasing, forget about offering discount codes. Just tell them that their discount codes have unfortunately expired. So make sure in the first 3 emails that you're saying that this discount code or this exclusive discount code is about to expire at any second. They have to do it right now. That 24-hour period email, make sure that you push when you give them 20% off and say, look, this is your last 24 hours before this code expires, use it now. So when you hit them with the 48-hour email, you can basically give them more feedback email and say, look, I saw you didn't purchase. How can I help? Can you provide with any feedback? And just see what the customer says. They won't always reply to this, but for the ones that do, it's great feedback for yourself and how you can improve your funnels, your store to acquire those customers. Now the next thing is obviously weekly email campaigns. Now this is great, especially if you guys are going to stick to this particular niche for these next 3 months. You can keep bringing out new products, new ornaments, new decorations, whatever, and email blast them every week with the new product you've just brought out. You can give them exclusive discount codes. Eventually you have massive sale days like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all that sort of stuff. That's going to be absolutely insane. So make sure that you have all those campaigns ready to go for those big days as well. Remember, for everyone who signs up to your newsletter, or for every email that you basically capture, make sure that that person feels like a VIP. They've given you their email. That's like giving you their freaking home address. They've given you something that's very precious to them. Don't abuse it. Don't just spam them. Provide them with value. Maybe if you are sticking in this sort of decoration, Christmassy sort of niche, provide them with value every week or so. That's got nothing to do with a sale. Just give them value on how they can decorate their home, sort of decoration ideas, tips, images from styling magazines that they would obviously benefit for their particular life. And the following email, the next day or so, give them products that they could obviously use that relate to that previous email which you provided value. So provide value first and then ask for a purchase. Don't just ask for a sale all the time. They most likely will definitely unsubscribe. Provide them with value and then hit them up with a sale. Lastly, segment your lists and audiences. So you have repeat buyers, purchased, abandoned, and then you have obviously opted in on the main homepage with the pop-up where you've captured the email. And then you have a master list. These are all different segments. Now the master list is basically a combination of all those emails in all those different segments all combined for the master list. So that's where all the emails will be. Now as for the other different sections, obviously have different flows, different email flows for each of those different sections. This can all be set up through Klaviyo. I'll go into this in much more detail in a future video, so don't worry. But for now, this is the end of the video. This is the bonus. Now the first thing is SMS Bump for retargeting. It's another way you guys can retarget. Guys, this has brought me absolutely amazing ROI, return on investment. I've just started to use this, but it's been absolutely insane so far. So this is a screenshot I've just taken from my SMS Bump app on my store. As you can see, I've literally spent only $1 and acquired 3 sales, and literally look at the ROI. The return on investment is almost 40,000%. So I've literally spent only $1 to make back $373.87. So SMS Bump is absolutely insane. Obviously not everyone checks their emails. As long as you follow the proper sort of step-by-step setup that SMS Bump make sure that you do, you're not stepping on anyone's toes, you're not breaking any rules. So make sure you follow the rules of SMS Bump first, and you can get some results like this. At the end of the day, everyone is on their phone. Not everyone's checking their emails. If you want to capture emails for literally $1 and make 3 sales, go ahead and use SMS Bump. I see there's a massive amount of potential in these sort of retargeting apps that don't just use email marketing. It's about thinking outside the box. And if everyone's just using email marketing, how can you as a marketer and a business owner now take it that one step further to take your business and your sales to that next level? Now the last thing I want to touch on before, as a sort of bonus to this entire lesson, is the Facebook feedback score. Now what you want to do is make sure your Facebook feedback score is very good. If you can, in the emails, what I would do is after say 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, whenever that person will be receiving your product, what I would do is offer them an email saying, hey, you might be receiving an email from Facebook in regards to giving us feedback. If you guys can provide us with good feedback, send us a screenshot, send it back to us, and we'll give you 50% off, 60% off, whatever it is, off your next purchase. So it's another easy tactic that I use to make sure that my Facebook feedback score is at its absolute peak. So therefore, my Facebook ad account is staying on point. I'm not getting hit with any bans or any sort of punishments from Facebook at all. So I hope you guys have liked this video, and I hope you guys now have a better understanding of how you can take your business to that next level and really see how you can break down your 100K goal within the next 3 months. Like I said guys in the start of the video, if you guys want hours and hours and hours of video content, literally step by step, as if you were to basically stand over my shoulder and watch everything on my screen of how I took one of my businesses from literally $0 to over $1.1 million in just 2 months, click the first link down below. You'll get access to all my 6- and 7-figure winning products, how I set up the store, and I'll even give you another list of my 100 top selling winning products. All in that first link down below. We'll go into my testing tactics, scaling tactics, retargeting tactics, and so much more, literally on my ad account that I use for those stores. And you guys can get access to all of that just the first link down below. This is the same exact training hundreds of my successful students have taken. 6 and 7 figure earners. Even one of my students right now is only 19 years old. He's just about to hit his first $3 million in sales. This is the exact same training that they've all taken. It's the first link down below. I can't wait to see you in there. If you guys have any questions for me at all, just shoot me a DM on Instagram and I'll be sure to get back to you ASAP. Guys, this is a massive video. I want to provide you with crazy amounts of value that you guys can achieve your dreams and turn them into reality this Christmas period. I wanted to give you guys the best possible Christmas gift I could possibly give. Thank you so much for staying right until the end of the video. And as always, if you haven't entered today's giveaway for that free coaching call for myself, go ahead, like the video, comment down below, hashtag Team Tremayne, and subscribe to the channel. I can't wait to hit 10K subscribers, and I need your help with that. Thank you guys, and I'll catch you in the next video.
I can do this all day. I can